Convenience, a channel that is dedicated to creative work and for those who have a passion for arts. My name is Rodin Kumar, and we have invited guests here speaking about creative work, especially writing, music compositions, music distribution, book publishing, book distribution, dance, painting, theatre, and similar works like that. Today we have a special guest who's come all the way from Ipoh, a young writer, I would say, and her name is Aishah Zainal, and it's my pleasure to welcome Aishah. Good afternoon, and thank you very much for being here. And Aishah, as you know, we've met before at the Writers Festival, which I organized sometime in April, the UNESCO Writers Festival, and I'm following up with some of the writers. Some I've done for musicians and composers as well. And first of all, I thank you for being here. So can you share with us, Aishah, a little bit of your background and your experience in writing, especially what is it that inspired you to become a writer? As I understand, you're a full-time teacher, right? Maybe you can elaborate a little bit about your teaching profession as well, and perhaps this is an extension of it. So could you share with us, Aishah?
Sure, thank you so much for inviting me here today. I'm so delighted to be invited for my first podcast ever.
I see.
Yeah, and I'm Aishah Zainal. I'm 27 years old. I'm turning 28 this year. I was born in Ipoh, raised in Ipoh, and after I completed my English language and literature degree in IIUM, I decided to settle down in Ipoh, my family. And ever since 2019, I've been working as a teacher. First, I started off as a tutor, English language tutor, and then it was last year, not last year, 2 years ago, 2022, I decided to be an early childhood teacher. So now I'm a private kindergarten teacher.
Okay.
And
kindergarten?
Yes.
Private kindergarten,
yes.
Okay. That's very interesting.
Yeah. And not to say that teaching as a profession has motivated me to become a writer, but I am quite comfortable in this field, so I decided to be a teacher because I'm quite good with the children.
Okay. Natural affinity for them.
Yeah.
Right.
And also because children keep on, you know how little children, when they say some things that you started to think about deeply. Like sometimes words that they utter are very simple, but sometimes it's quite philosophical.
Right.
I had
You mean what? Can you elaborate on that? What
they sometimes they say something very simple, but it's ironic and actually if you ponder it deeply, it's quite philosophical. It makes you think about many things because especially the younger children. I remember this particular boy last year. He was 5 years old, so he started to beat. He was beating his friend, so I scolded him, and then that was the first time I ever scolded him. Yeah, reprimanded him, and then he said, and then he started to cry. And then I feel bad about it even until now. And he said that you break my heart. You break my heart. At first I thought he was saying that you beat my arm. So I said, I didn't beat you. What are you talking about? And then he said, no, you break my heart. So I was stunned. Yeah. And then I was thinking that, I'm a bad teacher, and also it makes me think of a good dialogue for a novel.
I see.
So that's why I love little children. They make you think.
I see.
Think a lot.
So are you saying that adults don't make us think? I see.
Yeah, actually, little children, they make you ponder about a lot of things. But by being with the adults, you basically learn the way of the world. But little children really makes you think about the things that you have ignored all this while.
Okay.
Yeah. they brings you back.
So
that
they
things
remind
that
you.
they reminds you.
Make you rethink.
Yes.
Think a lot of things.
That's right.
So are you saying that this is what inspired you to write a novel, or there was something else?
I think in a way the children also inspired me to write a novel. But actually, my passion begins ever since I was a child. Because my mother loves reading storybooks, and we had a lot of collections. Most of them are second-hand collections.
What collection is that?
My mother loves reading Reader's Digest.
Okay.
We have a lot of them at home, and also my mother loves books like written by C.D. Sheldon, more into that. But I personally like literature.
Literature.
I like.
You found that more fascinating.
Yeah, I found that more fascinating. My first ever literature is Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
And the second one is Wuthering Heights. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I read them first when I was 13 or 14.
Like that. Right.
Yeah. So because of that, I started to think that would it be nice if I can write a story of that caliber. So I started to daydreaming, but it never fully materialized until I think because of the pandemic too. Because I had a lot of online classes, everybody was at home. So during that time, I started to write. I started to write seriously. Back then, before this, I only wrote short stories and never published any of them because I didn't think that they are good enough. So Hades is my first serious attempt in writing
a novel.
A fiction.
So can you just elaborate a little bit about what the story is all about?
So this is Hades. It was published in 2023, and I am lucky that it is also being longlisted for the Dublin Literary Award 2020. So Hades is about a 16-year-old troublemaker named Kay and also his new neighbor named Mariam. Mariam is actually a young mother. She is 17 years old and she had a baby when she was 14. So the story revolves around their relationship and also the community that they live in.
Okay. Hades refers to the underground.
Yeah.
Underground Greek god.
Yeah, Greek god.
So what does that got to do with the mother and the baby?
It's quite unrelatable, but actually I choose this particular title because I think Hades is the most misunderstood Greek god.
Okay.
Because I truly feel that Hades is the underdogs among all the three gods, because after they defeated Kronos, Zeus got the sky, Poseidon the sea, and then Hades ended up with
the underworld and death and so on.
Yeah.
Right.
But he didn't, instead of waging a war against his two other brothers, he just accepted what's being given.
So he accepted his fate. So it's very philosophical in that sense. Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting. What about the challenges that you faced when you're writing? I mean, I think the most thing that people face is this self-doubt. Can we do it? That thing, or should I give up? Or does it make sense what I'm writing? Am I right to say that? So what are the things that you face, the obstacles?
Because when I was writing this, I didn't have any plan to publish it, because I think that back then I thought that nobody was going to publish it because I'm a new writer and I basically didn't have enough experience in writing. But because of pandemic, we were having a lot of time, so I was thinking that why don't I just go with it?
Just go ahead and get it done.
Get it done.
Don't worry about publishing at a later stage.
Yeah. I just wanted to see the book materialize. Even it won't be published, I would like to see it as a finished manuscript.
Yeah.
Finished manuscript. Yeah, but it's very challenging when nobody, when you're a writer, nobody acknowledges you at the end of the day. That you're doing a great job. You write a chapter of this. Nobody is going to do that for you. But yeah, you only have yourself and the story that you are trying to tell. So,
but that's the most important thing, right?
Yes.
Because you have to believe in what you are doing.
Yeah.
This is applicable to everything around.
Yes.
And people recognize a person when they've come to a certain level of doing things, right? That's the way things are, right? So, but the important thing is to continue to do what you believe in. That's the message,
Yes.
right? For most people, not just in the field of arts, in fact, it's in anything, right? And then worry about distribution and marketing later.
Yes.
But at the same time, for me, is that I always, because of my publishing background, I work simultaneously together. But then it's okay. That's okay. Things work in different forms, right? So that's okay. So how do you end up with Gerak Budaya then as a publisher?
Because I think it was during Hari Raya or after Raya, I WhatsApp my friend and told him that I finished a book, but I have no idea how to put it out.
Yeah.
And then he said, you try to go and publish it with Fixi. But then at
publish with
Fixi.
Okay, Fixi.
Yeah, but then I visited their website and they said that they wouldn't accept new writer's manuscript at that moment. So I was quite heartbroken, and then my friend said, go and try to search other publications. We have plenty, but at that moment I only know Fixi.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when I started Googling, and then I came across Gerak Budaya's website, and that's how. And then they said that if you have a manuscript, you just prepare a proposal, and then the 3 chapters of your manuscript. So I started doing that in September 2022, and then a week later, at that time, Jason Ganesan, the head of publication, he replied to me and he said that I'm interested with this book, so why don't you submit the whole manuscript? And then that's how
things move forward. Yeah. That's very interesting because most people, when they're first-time writers, they end up self-publishing. So there are positive aspects of self-publishing, and obviously there are also drawbacks and setbacks. And then again, if you go to an established publisher, my view is that there are positive aspects and also there's a downside. But anyhow, that we'll leave it to another day to discuss, right? So, but this is good because it's already out there. Congratulations. As I understand, it's now 2 years.
Yeah.
20. No, when was it published?
It was published in 2022.
Also, so just 1 year. So it's still a new book. Yeah.
But it took me 2 years to finish.
Sure. Some people take 10 years to do it.
Yeah. I know.
So, but some people may say they will do it in 3 months. But that's, I think, because they were thinking about it. They've done the draft. They have a rough sketch of things, then they sit down doing nothing, and they can put it out in 3 months. So it all depends, and the background experience as well, and so on. And I also understand, Aishah, that you were long-listed for some literary award, international literary award. Could you tell us a little bit about it? How did you get to that level, or how did you submit that? Was it through a publisher? How did it happen?
Yeah, I think I was still in disbelief, even the fact that my book is out there getting published by Gerak Budaya. And then, in addition, earlier this year, they told me that I was longlisted for the Dublin Literary Award, and I couldn't believe it at all because I am a first-time writer, and I don't think Hades is that perfect yet. It's not where I want it to be yet.
Right.
But still, people from the National Library nominated it, and I'm truly glad for that. But even if they don't nominate me, I will still continue to write. Yeah. But this is being nominated for the Dublin Literary Award is like a bonus to me.
It's a very important recognition.
Yes.
Right? So congratulations on that once again. That's very interesting. I understand that there is not much of a support from the government agencies for such things. There are many opinions out there about that. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I agree with that totally. I think somehow in our country, arts, music, literature, and culture, our country isn't that appreciative towards this thing. Even until now, we don't have specific ministry for arts, literature, and music. We only have ministry for culture and tourism. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, so they added on to that.
Yeah, so it's like arts and literature and music are being lumped together under the same banner, under the tourism and culture banner. So I think it would be great if we have a specific ministry to look into all this, because yes, art is as important as STEM. I think arts, literature, and music, they makes you human. It keeps you in touch with your humanity, and I think it's important. It's not more important. It's important as the STEM, everything in STEM field. And also, I think that if our government pay attention to arts and literature, I think the citizen also will begin to develop interest in it.
We'll have more creative thinkers and creative people.
Yes.
Right. Of course, I have I have some strong views about how the government can support it. They do support businesses and so on. But I suppose we will leave it for another day, for discussing that. But for now, we are very much on our own. I'm not sure about my creative ventures and such things. Do they support literary work or they just for music? I'm not sure. Because they do support with grants for music concerts and putting out music out there. But let us leave it at that. Aishah, coming back to a couple of last questions with me, what would your advice be for upcoming authors or people already done one or two books and they want to give up and maybe there's some positive encouragement for them? What would you say?
I think the most important thing in being a writer is that you need to be consistent. You need to respect your art, your craft, even though nobody appreciates your effort. I think it's the most important thing, and I hope that the new writers, the new artists, or the new musicians, they don't ever think that they don't always think that one form of art is much more superior than another. Like all the arts are same. To me, it's the same because the artists, the writers, the musicians, they know where it came from. It came from a very secret place. So there's no need to think which form of art is superior.
More superior than the other.
Yeah.
It's all a different format, different form of expression.
Yeah, even among the writers also, I think that it's not okay to think that your book is much more better than the others because it discusses much more heavier issues, and the rest of the books are not important because they are just fiction with no heavy issues being inserted into it. So because I think like I said, arts, literature, and music, they came from sacred place. When you work on it, there's a magic in that. And you need to respect that creative energy.
I fully agree with you on that. And you're right, absolutely right, that we can't put one thing down and say our work is superior to someone else. We can't say fiction is really very light, but at least from my point or my opinion, fiction involves a lot of imagination, and it takes a lot of time to connect the dots. It's not just writing something. So everything out there is very important. It's a form of expression. So yeah, I agree that we have to respect each other's work because we all are one species in this world and so on. So that's interesting. And finally, Aishah, is that today's digital world, most news are spread through all the social media and YouTube and videos and so on. And there's quite a bit of negativity out there. What do you say on positive aspects of the outlook for the world, or even for Malaysians, and something positive to take away? What would you say?
I think it's great that we live in this age where everything is just within our fingertips. But the challenge here is to select which information is important to you, which one is the truth for you among so many
the millions of stuff that is being churned out every second.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
I keep on thinking, when you ask me this question, I keep on thinking about Huxley's Brave New World.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brave New
it's
World.
about
Sure.
searching the truth among the lump of information.
Right.
That can be tricky.
Yeah.
So, but right now, because of the technology, I think it's great that we can see that we are not alone, that there are people out there who loves art, literature, and music like us. And I think it also helps in our creative process to see, if you work alone, and then when you put your book out there, it's great to see that there are people appreciating your works, to get the feedback and stuff. I just hope that in Malaysia we have a not great critics, we have a professional critics
to give a feedback.
To give a feedback, not just some random strangers on the internet.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we have that in Malaysia? Do we have that?
I think we have, but not as sophisticated as
in other developed countries.
Yeah. I think it would be great, for a critic to post something, to publish something about your book, and then.
But today we have reviews at 5 stars, 4 stars, and all that. Anybody can give a review without even reading the book. Just look at the cover and it says 5 stars. Or this is a 4 star.
Yeah.
That's very superficial, but that's the way things have come to. Whereas previously there are reviewers and critics who actually go through the book, or go through a piece of music and be able to dissect it, digest it, and compare and give their own opinion. But I suppose it's also part of the changing world, right? So for now, what we have is only thumbs up.
Yeah.
So we'll have to live with that. So thank you very much, Aishah and Zainal, for being here at this channel. So that's about it, folks, for today's session with Aishah Zainal. Please hit the subscribe button and look forward to more of this kind of thing that comes out of this channel. Thank you. Thank you very much.